Welcome to OWASP's app. Anytime you launch OWASP, you're going to see this screen. Now, when you're doing real vulnerability scans, you may wish to persist the session data, but in order for me to demonstrate this, I can leave the default setting. And before we continue, I'd like to reiterate that OWASP's app, Z-Attack Proxy, first of all, is a free download. Anyone can download it, no charge, no registration, no anything at all other than take it and use it. Secondly, as you're going to see in a moment, it's terribly easy to use. But perhaps the most important thing is that this was created by the Open Web Application Security Project specifically to test for their top 10 vulnerabilities. Now, all I need to do here is to enter in the URL that I would like to check. Now, before we go any further, yes, the button says attack, but I use my own website to demonstrate this all the time, and it has never knocked my website offline or caused any harm whatsoever. So I'm going to select attack, and it's going to begin. And you can see at the bottom, it's telling you the scans, it's telling you what it's finding. There are lots of links on my website, so it finds quite a bit of that, and it's working its way through the process. Now, I should also point out that all I'm showing you right now is how to do a vulnerability scan. For our purposes, that's all that we need. However, there are lots of other tools inside OWASP's app. In fact, it works as a proxy and enables you to test things the same as you might do with tools like Burp Suite. If you're not familiar with that, that's okay. The key point to remember is all I have to do is put in the URL, click attack, and wait for it to be done. Now, this could take a little time because it's very thorough, so I'll pause the recording until it's done, and then we'll return and see what it found. OWASP's app is still running, but I thought I would restart the video just for you to see. This does take quite some time. It's slower than some of the other vulnerability scanners, particularly Vega that we'll see a little bit later, but that's simply because it scans for so many things. So you may need to start OWASP's app and head out to lunch. Come back and see what the report is. It's still terribly easy to use and highly recommend it. Okay, OWASP is done. Now, since I paused the recording, I should tell you, it took about 15 to 16 minutes. Now, if you look on the left-hand side here, we see alerts. So I'm going to open up and see what this is. It tells me the risk level is medium, their confidence. Now, this is important. Any tool could get you false positives or false negatives. How confident are they that this is really an issue? Now, it does give you some IDs for specific web vulnerability systems like CWE and WASC. A description. This is very important. What does this mean? Solution. That's even more important. Precisely what should you do? And then references. If you didn't feel like this was enough information, then you can go look for more. You also might notice color coding. Everything here is either medium or, in fact, low. So this is very nice. You can look right here on the left-hand side. Now, if you saw anything in red, that would obviously alarm you. But even at the bottom, it says there was 0 in red, 2 in medium, and 4 low. So really not a lot wrong with this particular website. Also notice when I highlight one of these, it's actually showing you the code it was looking at. So this is a really useful tool. And I remind you that it's a free tool. You enter in your URL and click, and you will know if your website has any of the OWASP top 10 vulnerabilities, and you'll know exactly how you could go about remediating it. So I hope you'll use this tool to scan your own websites and improve your security and reduce vulnerabilities.